welcome and thank you for joining me as I share a quick thought with you. I did talk about the angels and, not the angels, sorry about that. I was thinking about the stars in the sky. So I was just riding along and I was thinking one day about the people that are called celebrities that are also called stars. Why do we call them stars? They're not unreachable. God didn't call them stars. He did put stars in the sky. And I'll read a couple of scriptures about this before I get right into it. So one of the scriptures it says, praise him, sun and moon. Praise him, all you shining stars. Praise him, you highest heavens and you waters above the skies. Let them praise the name of the Lord, for he commanded and they were created. He set them in a place forever and ever. He gave a decree that will never pass. That will never pass away. He's talking about the creation praising him. And it also says, when you look up at the sky, you see the sun, moon, and stars and everything in the sky, but you don't bow down and worship them, because the Lord your God has made these things for all people everywhere. So it dawned on me that we call people stars and they're not stars. And when I think about stars, they're high up, they're unreachable. They are to be adored, from afar and made for our pleasure. And then you have these people, also call them celebrities, like we should celebrate them. And the way I see it, they seem to be in their own category because they make so much money and people worship them like they're idols and go crazy when they see them. I remember Michael Jackson was highly worshipped as though he was a walking God, and he is not. He was not. And I want to take the time and ask people to stop and think about your choice of worshiping people. God is the creator. He made us his creation, and we are to worship him. We are to take pleasure in enjoying his creation, but we are not to worship the creation. No one is to worship me. Even if I was to make a lot of money and I became famous for whatever reason, I'm still a human being. I'm still a person that needs to go back to God. Like, remember where I come from. And when we worship these people, all it does is make their heads bigger. It makes them think they're better than and untouchable. They're not untouchable. They are not immoral. They are mortal like you and me. There are people. I wrote a poem, and let me get that so I can read it to you and see does this relate. I wrote this back in 2014. We are all specks in a world where there are spectators making speculation, causing specks to become a species of specimens that are wanting to be specified as better than the intended specks. Without common sense, they forget to praise the specific, spectacular one who created us all to be special. I was going off of the word specks because I was reading a book called A Look at Psalms 23. And in that book, that was the first time I realized that we were so small, like we were really tiny. And for people to be made bigger than they are, which has been going on since the beginning of time, where people think they should worship each other when we should really truly worship the one God who created us. So I hope that I touched on something and helped someone to think about it before you worship these other people that are people just like you and me. No one is a star, and we all should be celebrated at one point in time for whatever reason. But even if we're celebrated in life, we're not celebrities so set apart that we're better than the others. So may God keep and bless you, and you'll see me in my next video.